everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I am reading on today. But before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I woke up this morning and my channel was just blowing up, and I am just so thrilled about it all. My little channel is growing into a decent channel, and I am so happy. I had people like Cookies and Cream, and Lydia has been with me since the beginning, and just so many names that I know because even though I hadn't been front facing as a squatty, I have been a long squatty. I used to listen to Tina and Michelle when they had like the telethons, and they had like the French telethon, and they would have the Americans would take over. I was there. I was there. I was just quiet. And I just kind of was watching from the background. But then when things just got to the point where it just kept on and on and on, that they were this smear campaign against Harry and Meghan was not going to stop. I just felt that we needed more foot soldiers in the fight. So I decided to jump in and start up my channel again because I've had it for a long time. I just did not put any kind of content on it. But now I am so happy that all my faves are coming over to join me, and I'm just so happy about it. And I just want to say thank you. And if you are new and you haven't subscribed, come on in and subscribe. Go into the settings, hit subscribe, hit your notification bell so you'll know when I upload, because I upload every day, but not every day at the same time. I'm trying to get better at that. And when I do get really good at it, I'll let you know. But right now is not the time. And also, give me a thumbs up if you like my content. And if you don't like my content, give me a thumbs down because hate only motivates over here. And all I can say, if you hating on this channel, thank you. But make sure you be doing the thumbs down. Do the thumbs down because engagement is engagement over here. All right. And like I said, I just want to thank everybody. And I want to give a special thanks to Byron. Uh, I was like, what is going on here? And when he featured my channel on his channel, which is a huge channel, I was just so thrilled. And yeah, my channel just blew up and I am so grateful. All right, I said all of that and said all my thank yous. And listen, also I have so many comments on my last podcast. I have so many comments and I am trying to work my way through, but I'm gonna work my way through it, and I'm going to thank every last person who came in and left comments, who subscribed, who just wanted to say that they support me. I'm going to get through it, but it is a lot of comments. I have never had that many comments, and that video just kind of blew up too. So I'm just trying to take it all in, and I'm so happy and I'm so grateful right now. And yeah. All right, let's get to the read. Today's read is about, well, here in America, today is the 4th of July. And the 4th of July was the day that America declared their independence from Britain. And I was just really thinking about that, and how Harry and Meghan declared their independence from Britain and how they, like, Great Britain during the time when America declared their independence. Britain did not want to let them go. We had to fight a whole war to get rid of them. Like the war we're fighting right now. Do you see what I'm Do you see? Do you see it? And on top of that, after having to fight a war to get rid of them, we also had to, um, they tried to do a smear campaign against America. They did not want America to be successful, just like they don't want Harry and Meghan to be successful. So it is a parallel there that this behavior from the British media and the royal family, at that time it was King George, hadn't changed very much. Because in the time of King George, he said, "Oh, they'll be back. The America will come back. They'll come back because they're not going to be able to make it. America will be back because they need us." And now America is the only superpower it is in the world. And they said the same thing about Harry and Meghan. "Oh, don't worry. They'll be back. Because we're gonna do this smear campaign. We're gonna wage war on them, and they're gonna have to come back." And then, they actually gave Harry and Meghan a year, and they launched a all-out assault on their character. And then, when Harry and Meghan said, "No, we're still not coming back," the smear campaign has continued. And I was looking at this article by Tom Sykes in the Daily Beast. He is one of the go tos in America for William. And he wrote an article saying Megan has rapped on her. Here it is. Okay. And it says Megan has wrapped filming on her new show and she needs a hit. Why does Megan need a hit? See, this is what they do. They will, even if Megan has a hit, they still are going to call it not a hit. Because if Megan gets, look how they did Harry and Meghan's documentary. It was one of the fastest viewed documentary and the most viewed documentary that had ever been on Netflix. And what did the royal experts like Tom Sykes and the rest of those rodents over there do? They said it wasn't even a success. They said that, that Harry and Meghan hadn't really did anything on Netflix that has been a success. Just discounting that. And they also want on the countdown to how long Harry and Meghan is going to have their association with Netflix. And when Harry and Meghan maybe will choose to go to another streamer, or Harry and Meghan may start creating content on their own, they're going to say Netflix dropped them. You know what I'm saying? This is why he's saying she need a hit. But he will never declare that anything that Meghan does will be a hit. Look how they did her podcast. Her podcast dethroned the king on Spotify, Joe Rogan. Meghan's podcast did that. And then the queen died in the middle of it. Meghan had to pause it and then came back and she still reclaimed her spot. She was number one in so many countries, I'm not even going to bother to name. But one, and that was the UK. They said nobody cares about her. They're not going to watch it and this and that and whatever they go. Just like they're saying about her cooking show. Nobody's going to watch it. And when Megan's podcast won a People's Choice Award, And she also won another award. I can't think of what it was. I mean, they was like, look, it's as if they were like the emoji that doesn't have any mouth. They were mute. And then later on, when the relationship between Harry and Meghan and Spotify did not work out, and Harry and Meghan chose to leave like any other people do, like the Obamas did, like Kim Kardashian did. But Meghan and Harry just cannot wheel and deal and try to get, the best fit for them. Somehow has to be created or has to be framed as their failure. And then when Megan found a place for her podcast, Lemonada, somehow Lemonada was third rate. But yet and still, the BBC just made a deal with Lemonada, third rate Lemonada. It's all about the setup for them. And it is no winning for Harry and Meghan. Even when they win, they lose with these people. It is the most ridiculous thing that I have ever saw in my life. And Meghan is a private citizen with no kind of obligation to any kind of royal reporter like Tom Sykes. Why is he hawking Harry and Meghan? Why is he policing them so hard when it is a whole prince and princess of Wales over there? It is a whole king and queen over there. It's a whole duke and duchess of Edinburgh over there, living off of the purse of the people over there. But yet and still he got his nose over here, watching and policing and hawking. I mean, like a owl watching Harry and Meghan, what Meghan is doing with her life, living her life, working to support her family. But yet and still you say she need a hit. Why you care if she hit or miss? Focus on them folks over there. If anybody need a hit, it's them over there. Charles and William and the Hohart, Camilla, just got booed. Just was protest. And them people pulled out the cancer card. Now think about where they would be if they hadn't even pulled out the cancer card. Charles was dodging eggs left and right and center before he got cancer. And now that he said he's battling cancer, he's still getting protest. He's still getting boos, boos. And to my shock, the Daily Fail reported on it because I said it out loud all along that this whole is just so suspicious to me. It makes my little antennas go up that the two people that Piers Morgan dropped the dime on and said they were the ones that was concerned about Archie's skin tone and deemed them the royal races. Piers Morgan dropped the dime on King Charles and Kate. And what a few months later happened? King Charles and Kate get cancer. King Charles, he don't act like he has any cancer. Every time a door open, he going through it. Every time it's a robe to put on, he putting it on with his funny hats. And Camilla is just around here, she trying to be the sovereign. And he letting her. He just doing what he doing what he want to do. And Kate comes out saying that she has had 3 months of chemotherapy and has three more to go, looking like a shiny penny, looking like a English rose that just opened with dew on it. And with all of that, they still getting booed. Now Charles is not getting the eggs, but he's still getting booed. And this man, Charles Sykes, is concerned if Meghan has a hit or not. You know, this is what really gets me. And I'm going to get on to the article, well, the read that I really want to talk about. They always talk about Harry and Meghan not coming to the UK because they didn't want to get booed. That's all William and Charles do is get booed. Why would it be so hurtful for Harry and Meghan to get booed? But I'll tell you one thing. When Harry showed up there for the 10th anniversary of the Invictus game, he didn't get booed. He didn't get nothing but love. And do you not know? I bet you it was some dishes being thrown, some curtains being snatched off the rods, and some butlers being choked after that happened. I'm telling you, I bet it's some butlers had to go to see the doctor because they couldn't talk from having William's hands around their neck. Because that's what they do. Because it is known that that's what Charles actually pulled a sink out of the wall, and the poor butler hid in the closet, or until he calmed the f down. Sure did. So that was happening, but Harry and Meghan is supposed to be afraid of being booed. And every time they show up, it's nothing but love. And even if they did get booed, so what? After the smear campaign that has been perpetrated on them, I am surprised that I would be surprised if they didn't get booed. All the lies that have been told. So they can miss me with that one. Let's get into the article that I want to talk about. But I just had to say that about Tom Sykes and his Meghan needs a win. He needs to get a life and start covering those left behinds over there and leave the American royals alone. All right, let me find this article and we are going to discuss. Oh, and I wanted to show y'all this picture right here first. Hold on. Hold on. This picture right here. This picture right here blows me away. Let me see if I can make it big. This picture right here blows me away. Look how William is talking to Harry and acting as if he cares and it's nothing between them. He is such a performance. He can perform. I think back when Harry was getting married, and all in the background, he was working to try to ruin the wedding, to try to stop the wedding. Him and he had dispatched his minions like Carolyn Graham and all that bunch, and to try to stop the wedding. But when a reporter asked him, "How do you feel about your brother getting married?" "Oh, we are all so happy about him getting married. And what I'm really happy about is that he'll stay out of my fridge, eating up all my food." That's the lie he told. And we found out in the book Spare that he never even would invite Harry over. Harry would sit in his little old shack in that was surrounded by palaces, but he was living in a shack to the point where he didn't even really have a closet, and watch the nanny go up and down the street. And William them would never invite him over. He would be hoping that they would invite him over, but they didn't, never did. But yet and still, he told that blatant lie. "I'll be glad because he'll stay out of my fridge, eating all my food." And Harry hadn't had any of his food. He done had more of Harry's food than Harry done had of his food. Because Megan them invited them over and provided a meal for him. That's more than he ever did for Harry. Come on now. And when I looked at it, when I came across this picture, that's what it made me think of. And I was thinking about that. What a performance he can put on when he want to. I even saw him in the news clips talking to Megan, pointing at the flowers, directing Megan, look at the flowers. This was during the Queen's funeral. This guy right here, he is a piece of work. And then, I'm famous for that whole thing about Kate, how she stepped up on Megan at the same little walkabout. And I still say that they got the right one in Megan, because it is not too many American black women that you can step to like that and they fall back. Not many. They found she stepped up, she stepped into the right one, because I would say 85 to 90% of American women and pretty much 90% of Black American women would have stepped right back to her. And I would have been in that number. Because if she stepped to me, I would have stepped to her. But Megan fell back. And I understand why Megan fell back, because Megan understood that it wasn't about her. It was about the Queen at the time. It was about the Queen's funeral. But Kate made it about her. Stepping to Megan like that, she made it about her feelings of jealousy and envy, and somehow like Megan had did something to her, except exist. And she gonna step to her. That still sticks in my craw, as my grandmother used to say, and we say here down in the South. It sticks in my craw. For all the people who are not from this country that are my subscribers, I just saw one of my subscribers from South Africa, so you would not know what's sticking in someone's craw. That is a Southern term. Sticking in my, it sticks in my craw. That means it's hard for me to accept. Someone who steps to you like that is nothing but disrespect, and feel that somehow you should show deference to them. Like I said, I don't know too many American women would have shown deference to anybody who stepped to them. But they found the right one in Megan. She was able to determine it wasn't about her, it was about the Queen. But let it be known, Kate made it about her. And any other Black woman or woman, period, from America would have made it about Kate. They would have made it about Kate. I digress. I just thought of that when I saw that picture. That really, So let's get into this article. Okay. I was thinking about, and the reason I actually went looking for an article like this is because today in America is Independence Day. It's the 4th of July. And Independence Day is a symbol of our freedom from Britain, our freedom from the shackles of taxation. You know, we had um, the Boston Tea Party, just the freedom. And so earlier in my podcast, I was talking about how it parallels with Harry and Meghan, how King George behaved towards America when America wanted to go its own way, and how the royal family and the media parallel them and how they behaved when Harry and Meghan wanted to go their own way. They did everything that they could to make them fail. And they are doing the same thing now. So I found this article and it is called Prince Harry Says He Left Britain with Family Fearing for Their Lives. Fearing for our lives, he said. Okay. It says Prince Harry has said public he has made public his rift with the royal family and has taken on the press to try to help the monarchy to change the media and latter described by his father, King Charles, as a suicide mission. Harry wants to blame everything on the media, and some of the blame is on the media. It is. Some of it is some of the problems within that family is caused by the media. But you cannot put everything on the media. That family is rotten to the core. And if you look at the history of 1,000 years, as Byron says, that has that family has been nothing but treacherous and merciless to everyone who has been a part of it. That wasn't the monarchy. That was the monarch. That wasn't the sovereign. I mean, look at Henry VIII. He cut off all his wives' heads because they could not have children. This is how vicious this bloodline is. But Harry has this belief that it's all the media's fault. And it is, some of it is, but not all. Okay, it said in the first series of the TV interview broadcast on Sunday, ahead of the launch of his memoir, and this is when he did the interview with Anderson Cooper. Harry accused members of his family of getting in the bed with the devil, the tabloid press, to sully him and his wife Meghan and improve their own reputation. That right there proves what I just said. It's not all the press's fault. If they didn't get in bed with the press, then it wouldn't be a problem. He told the British ITV he had fled Britain with his family to California in 2020, fearing for our lives. You know, I mentioned that in an earlier podcast, the one I did about Diana and where I showed the letter in her handwriting that she felt that Charles was going to kill her. And I mentioned that Harry said that he and Meghan and his baby left in fear of their lives. And I asked the question, why would he feel that way if he didn't believe that his mother was killed? Harry knows a lot more than he is sharing. We all know he has 400 or 500 more pages of his memoir that wasn't published. We already know that. But what's in there? All right, let's read on. After many, many years of lies being told about me and my family, there comes a point going back to the relationship between certain members of the family and the tabloid press. Those certain members have decided to get in the bed with the devil and rehabilitate their image, he said. And we all know who he's talking about. He's talking about Queen Homilla the Hohart. That's who he's talking about. And his father. That's who he's talking about. The moment that rehabilitation came to be a deterrent of others, I don't know how you pronounce that word, of others, me and other members of the family, then that was where I draw the line. Meaning, he drew the line when it came to the fact that they were going to continue to use him and his family as a way to really rehabilitate their image. And look what they have done. Look what they continue to do. You know, it has been really difficult as a squatty this past week. First, I wanted to enjoy the fact that Harry was chosen for the Pat Tillman Award, and I would not even make a podcast about it. And then it just got to be to the point where I had to say something about it. And then I was just got so angry about it. If you go back and see the progression of my podcast, that's the way it went. I mean, it's as if everything has to be destroyed when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Then Tom Bauer says that this is their mission. He said the only way that the monarchy was going to survive is they obliterate Harry and Meghan, to obliviate them. And that is exactly what they're trying to do. Anybody with two brain cells and two eyes to see and two ears to hear know that Harry deserves that award. I saw this woman on News Nation, and I don't know who owns that news channel, but I have kind of dipped in and out of it. And to me, it's a very conservative. I'm censoring myself. I mean, I I know people like what is that what is his name? I have forgotten his name. He used to be on CNN. He's Andrew Cuomo's brother. His last name is Como. Since he's been over there, he's saying crazy stuff too. He was talking about like if uh, President Biden didn't do well in the debate, that they should. replace him. What? And that has been the constant narrative that they've been playing out. So it's, but I said all that to say this woman was struggling, trying to justify why Harry did not deserve that award. It had got to the point where I cackled out loud. It was so funny because he clearly does. And they start talking about all his achievements and what he had done, but he still didn't deserve the award. I'm going to say this and I'm going to end my podcast. This week has made me firm in knowing one thing and to be thankful for that one thing. And that one thing is the man that Harry is, the friends that he has, and the Sussex Squad. Because this week would have been a total disaster for Harry and probably life shattering if he didn't have the people in his life to do the pushback. If he didn't have, well, number one, if he hadn't lived the life that he had lived. And number two, if he didn't have the type of friends and made the connections that he has made in his life to push back. And if he didn't have the Sussex Squad to push back, it would be life shattering for him. And that's the one thing. I just thank God for that. I thank God. I thank God. All right, y'all. See you later. Bye.